Hey guys, Pat over here, Fellsmere Fishing Headquarters with another fishing report. Got the two best guides on the lakes with me right here, Captain Steve and Captain Cecil. And these boys been busy, been catching a lot of fish, and not just at headwaters. And so that's one thing that we want to talk about. And even with, one of my favorites is Lake Garcia. I like it. There's no dirt road to deal with. And the fishing is fantastic. I mean, we've been having, we have our every Sunday open tournament, by the way. Anybody's welcome. Come on down, just be there, safe light, before safe light. We usually get there, well, this time of year, about 6:30. Start signing people up. We usually weigh in about 2 p.m. Great bunch of guys that we fish with, man. I love every one of them. But a lot of big bags. 30 pound. Wow. Junior had 28.
Yeah.
And Scotty had 26 and change yesterday. We caught an 8-pound bass. We won big bass. Just a lot of really good fish being caught out there. So Garcia is, and Captain Cecil will tell you, we had a tournament this weekend, and he's been bringing his clients there, and they've been really wrecking them. What do you think, Cecil?
Oh, for sure. I've done several trips on Garcia. I went to Stick Marsh Headwaters. They're all fishing well, but Garcia doesn't get the pressure or the recognition that Headwaters does. So we did a couple trips. The one day we caught like 20 over 5 pounds. Biggest was like a 7.7. Went back a couple days later. We had another 10 or 12 that were over 5 pounds. Just easy. And we're fishing, the shiners, but also throwing topwater on the side. We're catching good fish on the topwater. So, it's 70, 80 fish in 6-hour trips. Can't beat it.
No.
Stick Marsh was fishing really well. Same thing. Topwater, shiners work well. It's just a good time to be down here right now.
Man.
You got fishing post-spawn, you got fishing pre-spawn, and they're chewing. And it's a good time to be down here.
It's incredible, man. A lot of the fish, like that 8-pounder that we caught yesterday, which was on a topwater plug, just a little pop bar, in 4 foot of water, and that submerged vegetation out in front of that lightning shack. No secret, the guys were all seeing us out there. As a matter of fact, we told Junior to come on out, which he did, and he took second. But that's what it's all about. Sharing info, dude, and making, hey. What it's all about, man. Fishermen, we work together, and but it was just amazing. A lot of those fish, the big fish that were caught, you could see they're post spawn. That 8-pounder that I caught, she was post spawn.
Yep.
Head was giant.
Could you imagine that fish?
Oh, she was.
Right.
She would have been 9 plus.
We caught one on Garcia that was like 26.5 inches long, and you could tell it was post spawn.
Wow.
Weighed 7.7. Would have been 9-10 pounds 2 weeks ago. Whereas yesterday, I had a guy catch a 9.5, and it was only 24 inches long, but it had a 21-inch girth, and you could tell it's pre-spawn. We caught it 3 foot of water, so it was moving up to spawn. Just a beast of a fish, so you got the best of both worlds going on right now. So you got a lot of good fishing.
Yeah.
You can catch them artificial. Obviously, shiners are always great, but you don't have to throw a shiner to catch a big fish right now. The pop hours, the chug bugs, topwater frogs, all that's working really well.
Really well.
Really well.
And as a matter of fact, as far as, and I get a lot of phone calls, guys are coming, they're wondering about the spawn, what exactly is going on with the spawn. I think we're at the tail end of it.
For sure.
But I was going to ask Captain Steve, because he pays real close attention to that, and what do you think is happening right now as far as the...
Well, I think the first wave or two is done. I really do. But we got some cooler temps coming.
Yeah.
We have another full moon coming.
Which would trigger some.
I think that's going to trigger some other fish to slide up and do some business. So I think there's going to be some fish on beds here before too long. What I will say is, Headwaters from north to south, from east to west, is fishing good.
Yep.
Artificial and live bait. It's fishing good.
Better has all year.
Correct. Since we've had the consistent weather, can you tell how much better the bite is and more
true.
consistent it is?
Yeah.
You can find fish in an area and you can go back there and repeat the same stuff that you did a day or two before in different areas if you just look at what you're fishing, pay attention to what you're fishing. And if you're catching them on the edge of deep grass and stuff like that, you can go around right now and repeat that in different areas of the lake.
Right.
Those fish are setting up.
Yeah.
All different kinds of ways. Just like you said, you have some fish done, some fish coming, going, and some fish just plain out feeding. That's all they're doing.
Right.
But you know, and you're talking about, you know, Garcia. Same deal with Garcia. I've not been bass fishing Garcia a lot, but spec fishing has been fantastic.
You've been,
So-
you've been killing them out there in the spec.
Yeah, you know, I haven't casted, or I haven't pitched out one minnow to any of those spec that we've caught here
No, you
lately.
don't need to.
It's all been artificial.
Jigs. I mean, we were catching them on swim baits you use for bass. 3-4 inch swim baits. You
Rattle
catch a
traps.
14 inch crappie.
Yeah.
Yeah, rattle traps.
Rattle-
Then you
whack
caught
it
some
rattle.
other rattle traps. It was like just crazy. I like
Yeah.
You know,
they're biting.
yeah. Oh, and you know, it's amazing. Garcia, you weren't there Sunday because you had a trip, but a lot of that vegetation is topped out now. Now
Yeah.
it's,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that makes it a lot easier for the
Yeah.
guys that don't have the electronics to actually see where the
Right.
channels
You can see the
are, where the
ditches,
pit
all
are.
that.
Yeah,
Yep,
and
for
you have
sure.
an actual weed line to actually fish, right? And so I like it when the water's down. The bigger fish are easier to find,
Yep.
and so these
They're
lakes are all they're more predictable.
Yeah.
So the water's dropping on all these lakes, making it better, making the
Yeah.
fishing better.
The one tip that I'll give to anybody coming down here fishing right now that I kind of caught on to this about 2 years ago. About this time of year, if the water level's where it should be, the temps are consistent where they should be. The Senkos are nice. I love the Senkos. But don't forget about your 11 and 12 inch ribbon tail worms.
Bigger the worm, the better.
Yeah.
Throw those big jokers out there
Yeah.
and catch you some big old bass, because let me tell you something. Most of the bites I get on those big worms, they're big fish.
Right, for sure.
Texas rate.
Texas rigging them, you know, an
8 ounce.
8th to 3/16. Texas rig, just peg it. I'm getting it near the hyacinth mats where there's not a lot of grass pushed up against it. I'm surprising those fish. I want to throw that worm on top of that mat and shake it off of that mat and just let it fall right down in front of it. And if there's a fish within 3 feet of that line goes, oh,
Yep.
like lightning goes through it. I
know-
talked about this
noticed,
last
yeah,
year.
well, I noticed you've been grabbing a lot of bags of those
Yeah.
Bass Assassin there.
Bass Assassin Gooseberry 11-inch curly tail worms
Yeah.
has and the plum color in your cleaner water. The
Yeah.
plum color after the spawn. I don't care where you are in the United States. Plum color after the spawn.
Yeah.
That's the deal.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's all good. So it's just, I'm excited, man. A lot of good fish. I mean, that 8-pounder I caught yesterday was, what? I mean, I was first thing in the morning too. I mean, I tell you, they got my blood going. It was a lot of fun. But the fishing's great all over, guys.
Yep.
Come on down, man. Come check it out. If you have any questions, come see us. We got the maps on the wall. Just to navigate some of these lakes, dude, I would suggest you come by and see us. Let's look at the map. Because with the water dropping down a little bit, it's kind of important that you talk to one of us and we show you how to, especially Stick Marsh, Garcia as well. Now, there's not much obstacle in Garcia, but there's a few. And
Stick marks definitely better know where you're going.
Stick Marsh for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely need to holler at one of us about that if you don't know it. But the fishing is good. So, anything else, Captain Steve?
Nope. Just if you're out and want to come down and fish with us, come in the shop, check us out. We got good up-to-date fishing information. We don't mind to share. If you're looking for a guided bass fishing trip, check out flbigbassadventures.com.
For sure.
Or just Google FL Big Bass Adventures
Yeah.
Guide Service.
Guys are putting up some big numbers, big time.
Spec and bass.
Right.
For sure.
And even catfish some days, they say.
Yeah,
Yeah, we did get
absolutely.
a few big catfish.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much. We'll keep trying to get these reports out. Like I said, you guys have been real busy, and just to get them together has been kind of tough. A lot of these guys have been having to do 2-a-days. So, but it's starting to ease up a little bit for us. So we're going to make sure we get more content out. We appreciate you guys watching. Hit that like button, subscribe, and we'll keep doing it. Thank you so much, guys. Tight lines.